to Gizmosis number 14. Let's have a round. It's our Christmas special, and today I'm going to talk about this special gig we're going to be throwing just 3 days from now, Thursday the 21st. It's a benefit associated with Gizmosis TV. Now, as you can see, we've got some posters down here. What we'll be having is Apocalypse Test Drive and the Vultures. Apocalypse Test Drive will be headlining, and it'll be $3 at Davies, plus a can of food or an extra $1 to be donated to harvesters purely for charity. We don't make a penny. We're trying to promote the scene. Anyway, all that out of the way, please come down there. Of course, you got to be 21. Anyway, I'd like to talk about the giant plastic cowboy who ran from a car lot that used to be a publicity device, and now he stalks the cities and towns with his hypnotizing eyes and his voice. His six-gun is constantly working. He kills people's taste, after which they lose their sense and perform curly circles on the floor until death. So if you see this guy, he's on America's Most Wanted. All right, tonight's guests are many and varied, and we're just going to get right to it. We've got Eileen Smith.
Hello.
Hello, Eileen. How you doing?
Good. Nice to be here. Thank you.
And she's from the Solar Development Cooperative.
Yes.
And from what I understand, that you're looking for a way to heat the Union Station, among other projects, of course. But they say that $1 million a year, if Union Station ever got going, to heat it, but with the solar energy thing, they might find a solution. Could you elaborate on that at all?
Yes, that's very, very true. In fact, some people had asked me what I thought the problem was with Union Station and why I thought that it had been delayed for so long. And as an architectural consultant and someone who'd written a book on historic preservation and development decisions, I talked to a lot of people over a year and came up with this. This seemed to be the underlying factors, this $1 million a year cost for heating and air conditioning. I think air conditioning is the #1 here, and also the electricity. And so it's got the huge storage area underneath there also that goes all the way from the rails clear underneath the entire station over to the old post office, because that's where it was a transportation center back in the old days.
Oh, of course.
So I thought, well, gosh, you put those together and use solar energy and you may be able to reduce the cost. So I checked into it. I went to the Linda Hall Library and did my research and talked to the National Renewable Energy Lab, which is managed by MRI here in town. They're out in Golden, Colorado. And they liked the idea of doing a solar power station, which is what I had come up with after going to the Linda Hall Library. Because I thought, well, I wonder if this is feasible at all, or is it just sort of my imagination? But it seems like with all that acreage out there, that the solar power station would be a wonderful solution for Union Station. And the National Renewable Energy Lab is actually looking for a place, that a museum that would demonstrate solar and renewable energy. And so you combine that with the Science Museum, and as this picture shows, we would build the Science Museum right on top of the warehouses and then integrate that into the solar power station, so we would have lots of exhibits demonstrating solar and renewable energy.
I see, and on the board is a plan that what it would look like if we installed these solar panels. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, if you see to the west of Union Station is where we'd build the Science Museum. Those two roofs there that are coming up with solar panels, that would be where the Science Museum would be built. And then in behind that there would be a huge glass area where you could walk out on the solar field, which is what it would be. It would pull the heat from the sun underneath these parabolic glass surface and keep it under there, and there would be an arboretum under there, and then the heat would be pushed up through this turbine. There would be about 30 turbines at the base, and it would push it up through this huge chimney, which would be about 30 or 300 or 500 probably to 800 feet tall.
Whoa.
Now, and the air would just go up through there. It's a very simple process. And then we'd also use energy conservation in the old structure. The underground area, in a lot of it, keeps the 52-degree mean because it's so far under the ground. So that would be another way that we would conserve energy.
Well, that'd be good. It would be good for the environment, and it'd also be good for us taxpayers. And I'm sure there's many of taxpayers among you. And I was thinking now, from what I see now, There's going to be very many different places in the Union Station under this Eco-Tech plan.
Right.
Could you explain, like they're going to have several different things?
Well, there's the solar solution, and that would be the solar power station. Would include a solar pond, passive solar uses, and other kinds of solar and renewable energy. And then there would be in the old building, there would be the National Archives, which is right now located out at 95th and Troost. There would be the Mid-Regional Division of the National Archives, and then there would be the UN Museum they're talking about doing. And also, a gentleman that I've recently met in the Postal Consumer Committee that I'm on, he has been working for 7 years on getting a World War II museum going, and that would also be in the old building, and it would be a transportation center with the aquarium and the Harvey and Westport room. And then also, there would be then the Science Museum to the west of that, maybe a postal museum underneath. There's a lot of equipment in the basement to do with the old postal system. It was a precursor to the zip code era.
Ah.
Yeah, so that would be interesting. I worked in the postal museum in England where the very first postage stamp was sent, and I'm sort of into postal museums.
Oh, yeah.
And then to the west of that, we're talking about the possibility of building a small motion picture studio. There's been lots of discussion about it in Kansas City, and I think that would be kind of the icing on a wonderful cake there, because you'd have all those experiential exhibits in the Science Museum, you'd have the Challenger Center, you'd have all these exhibits on solar and renewable energy and all the historic information in the old building and integrated all together. That talks a lot of value. And of course, location is the key here, because if we have the Science Museum downtown, away from Union Station, then we're doing two developments that really could help each other. If we have it out in Overland Park, there's no transportation out there for tourists.
Yes.
So Union Station really is ideal. It's ideal for after-school students to go there and be educated, and it's ideal for tourists, and I think overall it's a good idea. Now there's one, if I have enough time to talk about the Share Your Memories project. When I was doing all this research, all these people told me their stories about Union Station. So we started a separate project called Share Your Memories of Kansas City's Union Station. The Heart of America, call 1-900-CHOO-CHOO. And it will start, the number will be active in January, and then it will culminate in the 80th anniversary celebration next October, and we're looking for volunteers and people who are interested. From skits to music to dress of the era, we're going to get together and we're going to celebrate the 80th anniversary, and the theme is Oh to be 80 again.
And how do you, we got to go real quick, to write to you, it's product, Eileen M. Smith, project creator and manager, P.O. Box 412897, Kansas City, Missouri, 64141, or call 421-7394 to express your interest in these projects and perhaps help out.
Yes.
All right, well, we thank you. I wish we had more time to talk about this. It sounds like a very, very interesting idea. And let's have a big hand for Eileen Smith. Thank you very much.
Joy. Very nice to meet you.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks.
All right, and now as a special treat, we're going to have the Smooth Beasts. All right, let's hear it for the Smooth Beast. Now they'll be playing some shows, and Dwight Frizzell over there in the corner there is also in VCR, and he has you all are. It's an offshoot, and he has a radio show on KCUR 89.3 FM on alternative Mondays at 8:30 p.m. and it's syndicated. Anyway, we'll get back, and now we have Jeff Sturgis of Madcap Productions. Yay! Now, Madcap Productions is an animation video and film production place, and we're going to show a few clips here with our monitor, and we're going to talk about it. I'm at a loss. Please explain.
We just do the gamut from corporate video to local bands, do music videos, stand-up comedians. We also do a lot of storyboard, prop making, set design, that kind of stuff.
All right. So, now, what is this cap?
Well, actually, this was my first attempt to heat and cool Union Station, but it didn't quite go over as well as the solar deal.
Well, so, it has a propeller.
Yeah, I can turn it on here. The batteries are a little low, actually, so it needs some assistance.
All right.
But kind of works like that. It's actually for a spoof I was doing on virtual reality a few years ago.
All right.
And that actually turned into
Put it on.
Put it on.
How it functions here.
Let's see.
Let's just see this
well,
Madcap
kind of a,
in action before we get to the
two-part
clip.
thing, yeah. Like this, and use the headset to get into the virtual reality.
All right. That's great. That's great.
So,
well,
we like to do a lot of fun things.
Oh, well, let's get to these clips. You have an animation video
yeah, let me see
that you have here, and this is a first on our TV show. We have actual animation here. So let's just watch.
This was a sort of my countdown. It's just a Ouija board going through the numbers, sort of doing.
That is wild.
So we do a lot of 3D, 2D, traditional cell animation.
Keep that clip on. Let's look at that a little bit here. This is wild.
That's for a local band, Nick Gizmosis. We shot that all on 16mm film, transferred it to video. This is something I've been trying to get on liquid television actually on MTV. It's called Pokey and Blinky Show.
All right.
So we've got the fat guy, skinny guy deal, just like the Laurel and Hardy.
Ren and Stimpy. Can we say that? Ren and Stimpy?
Are we allowed to say that? Okay.
All right.
This is for Ewing Kaufman.
Hey, we're in there too.
So, yeah, so I do a lot of stuff for corporate people around town. Stuff like that.
This is like a sampler of your work.
Yeah, it's kind of quick demos.
Now, what's this Ray Charles thing here?
That was for Fleming Foods. Had a banquet, and I helped work on that and then create the animation for that. A lot of times I'm hired as a third party. So.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Now, you do film and animation video, and you use computer animation?
Yeah, for the 3D animation, that's mostly what we use. We also do cell animation, traditional cell animation, and stuff like that.
That's excellent.
So,
keep it on there. Let's look at this clip. This is something.
This is Adventures of Buck Knife. He's sort of a slash between Marlon Perkins and Gumby.
Oh
So,
my goodness gracious.
The beginning it shows is this is some illustration work I've done. Like I said, we do storyboards and that kind of stuff.
That is that top filled tank.
Yeah. So for different industrial type
This
films
is a sampler,
and stuff.
basically, if you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
That is really, really nice.
Well,
And
thank
have
you.
some really, really good talent going down here. Do you have a staff? Do you do it all yourself?
I primarily do it myself. I don't really
done
need
right.
the overhead, so I hire other freelancers, and that way we all get work and stuff. But
So you guys make some money off this stuff, huh?
yeah, I mean the industrial is the bread and butter of it, you know. But it's the fun stuff like the music videos and stand-up comedians and stuff.
Was that Bob Burdell?
Yeah, that was for Eyewitness Video. I don't know if you've ever seen that program on NBC. I don't. And this is for the video Toaster, which I helped do all the lighting for. I actually didn't do any camera work on that. I did the lighting for that.
That is quite wonderful.
So.
And it came out good on a little monitor system here.
Yeah, that's.
Bush.
Yeah. And that's my logo build there. So.
Well, that is really wild.
Primarily it.
There's not too many people do different things in this sphere of Kansas City, and it's really nice to have somebody doing something different there.
I appreciate it. I try to work with everybody and do all sorts of different things.
Have you ever encountered any difficulty getting your name around or anything like that?
No, not really. It's seemed to work out pretty well that someone knows me here for storyboards or an illustration, and that works into video work, or someone who's seen my video work needs an illustration or something like that. So it kind of works. I'm fairly lucky I can do sort of both. So.
Well, that is really wild, really, really wild.
Thank you.
Well, we need to show these storyboards.
Actually, one of those is a film I'm working on called Sam Yam, He Ain't No Sweet Potato. And it's based on the Edgar Allan Poe Telltale Heart. And the characters are Sam Yam and Mr. Potato Head. So he basically kills Mr. Potato Head and buries his heart underneath the floor. Same sort of thing, only modern times and miniatures
Edgar
and
Allan
stuff.
Poe type thing.
Yeah, and that's not quite a feature length. It's about 40 minutes. I'm working on shooting all in film. So.
Well, look at this thing with the knife over it.
Yeah, this is the Adventures of Buck Knife, like I was talking about before.
And that's the storyboard for it?
No, that's the storyboards for Sam Yam, actually. And,
my head clear from the impact. I could see
well, that's just great. That's just great. It's wild, and it is crazy, and it is just beyond my expectations. That is great. Well, we'd like to thank you for having us on the show, and we'd like to have you back sometime. With your little monitor system that is really cool there.
Thanks. I'd love to be back and help actually you guys any way I could.
Anything we should need to look for in the future?
I'm hoping to this spring have Sam Yam featured at a couple of theaters in town, possibly.
Oh, right, like Tivoli and stuff.
Yeah, hopefully something around there.
And these are full-length on film, they're not just on video.
Yeah, well, they'll also be used, sent out on video also. But,
all right. Well, that's just excellent. That is just excellent. We'd like to thank you for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
And like I said, we'll be looking for your work.
Okay.
We'll be looking all around.
Okay, thanks.
And thanks a lot. And now I guess we have the Smooth Beast again. Let's have a big hand, though, for Jeff Sturgis here.
Until next time, this is
All right.
Night.
Go to it, guys. All right, thank you very much. Smooth Beasts. And what, you guys playing anywhere soon? Did I ask you that?
Yeah, we're all part of the BCR Big Band.
BCR
We will be
Big Band.
playing at Harling's Upstairs at 3941 Main on New Year's Eve, the big New Year's Eve show. 11th annual BCR at Harling's.
All right, and I've noticed you've done some past shows. One was called Elvis: A Space Odyssey,
Oh, yes.
and B-52s meet Howard Finster.
Yeah, Reverend Howard Finster. Those were part of my radio show, which is the From Arc to Microchip radio show, which is on KCUR every other Monday night
All
at
right.
8:30 p.m. So
And
listen
you
in to
played with
KCUR.
John Cage?
Well, I haven't played with him, but I met John Cage.
Ah.
Have
Well,
talked to him.
And you did play with the guy with the orchestra, didn't you?
BCR played, we warmed up for Sun Ra.
Sun
Yes,
Ra.
that was in 1985, and Sun Ra is a very important influence in some of our music, especially the BCR Big Band. So,
Excellent. Well, let's have another hand for Don Frizzell and the Smooth Beats. And we have
come out and see us on New Year's Eve, Harling's Upstairs.
all right.
West and Main. Well, we'll work it out.
All right, our next special Christmas treat, I know we've got time, but we have the Handtastic Hands of Spencer Lancaster, and he's ready to perform a medley of Christmas carols as we go out here. And here we go.
Here we go.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and now to ring out the New Year's, we're going to have a little bit more of the Smooth Beasts.
broadcast through the facilities of the public access channel is the product of an independent producer and does not reflect the opinions of American Cablevision, its staff, or management.